Hello, everyone, and welcome to our seventh webinar organized by New York Linguistics Academy. My name is Fargan, and I'm the moderator. And today we have a very special guest with us. Özgü Angela Treppe is here, and she will present her presentation titled Multilingualism and Foreign Language Teaching. Without further ado, I would like to give the words to Angela. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Özgü Angela Treppe and I'm a multilingualist myself. I grew up with 3 languages in this household, which are Turkish, English, and German. Today I'll be explaining what multilingualism is, as well as, let me just change this slide. Okay, what multilingualism is and the difference between multilingualism and bilingualism, since it's usually confused a lot, and it is related with code switching. So I will also go into details of code switching and how it's used, and lastly I will give information about multilingualism in FLT, and finally I'll share my personal experiences with you. So, first of all, let's see what multilingualism is. Multilingualism is the ability to use more than 2 languages fluently, which means that an individual can speak, understand, comprehend, and do other skills such as reading, writing, and listening and understanding it. And as Erwin and Singleton suggests, multilingualism is the ability of societies, institutions, groups, and individuals to engage on a regular basis, of course, with more than 1 language in their day-to-day lives. And as of today, over half of the population is multilingual. And now I will explain the contributions of multilingualism. It actually has more than 3 contributions, but to keep it brief, I only included 3 of them, which are cognitive contributions, academic and educational contributions, and socio-cultural contributions. In the manner of cognitive contributions, multilingual individuals often show enhanced executive functions, such as task switching and inhibit control. And I can say that it's like this because task switching is, like we will later see, very similar to code switching. And academic and educational contributions. When it comes to academic and educational contributions, one can observe that a multilingual individual may bring a different teaching strategy or learning strategy from one language to another. And we will also see examples of this in FLT. And additionally, sociocultural contributions. Multilingualism as the contributions of sociocultural interactions enables individuals to interact with other cultures easily and maintains ties with heritage languages. So it's basically easier to understand and communicate in a matter of culture with other cultures. And right now I will explain what multilingualism and bilingualism is and differentiate those two, since it is usually mixed up and people are sometimes mixed up. So I have 2 definitions here, which are fairly easy. As mentioned before, multilingualism refers to the ability of speaking, understanding, comprehending the other aspects of language skills, such as writing, reading, and grammar, with a minimum of being fluent in 3 languages. Whereas bilingualism refers to comprehending 2 languages fluently and any level, regardless of fluency. Excuse me. So in this definition, I can also say that maybe you're a bilingual because, like everyone knows, Turkey is a bilingual country in the definition of this, because everyone in school also learns English and they are able to communicate with the English that they know. And now I will explain what code switching is, since it's a really crucial part of multilingualism and bilingualism. So according to Poplack, code switching refers to alternation between two or more languages or language varieties within a single conversation, sentence, or even a clause. And a beautiful example for this is maybe when you're talking to your friends and you start the sentence with Turkish and you end it with English because it makes maybe more sense, or you cannot find the words you're looking for. Code switching is really common for bilingual and multilingual speakers. And it reflects both linguistic competence and sociocultural competence. So this is code switching. It's really easy actually, and it does not have a lot of aspects. So I will jump directly into multilingualism and FLT. So let's see. And English teaching or German teaching for me, the strategic use of multilingualism and code switching has been recognized as a very valuable pedagogical resource. And multilingualism in the classroom acknowledges learners' full linguistics repertoires and enables them to build their knowledge on top of other existing languages, such as in my case, my students know English to a certain level, so it's easier for me to build their German on top of that, since they are similar languages. And here also it gives a definition. It enables teachers to build students' prior knowledge of language to facilitate the acquisition of a new one. So it basically says the same thing that I just explained. And it not only makes language input more comprehensible, but also will teach students linguistic identities, which can enhance motivation and participation. This part is about code switching. Oh, excuse me, I just mixed it up. I'm sorry. This part is about how multilingualism is used to. I just get really nervous. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. This part is, yes, about multilingualism and how using more than one language can validate students' linguistic identities, because you're not just giving them one language to stand on, but you're also building the language they know. Not everyone will understand this example, but I think in my students as well, this part is like when we are giving data to analyze. We are giving data in a different language that we don't know, and we have it in English, so we can differentiate the data and find the similarities and understand the target language. And adapting a multilingual lens aligns with recent translanguaging approaches, which conceptualize learners' languages as a single integrated communicative repertoire rather than isolating systems. So in this sense, embracing multilingualism and code switching in foreign language teaching reframes the classroom dynamic and plurilingual space, so more than one language, and it reflects the realities of global communication, because you are not going to any city or country and be like, oh, they're not speaking Turkish or English, because they're speaking more than one language. And it also prepares learners for not just linguistic competence, but also intercultural competence and the multilingual societies, such as, I might say, Canada or India, which does not have more than one language, but kind of more like dialects, as far as I know. I might be wrong. And right now, I will give you some of nice personal experiences. Oh my God, sorry. Today I had a few classes in the center that I work on, and it is really nice to see my students communicate with me, and they're trying to communicate with me, so they often use code switching. Some of them do it in Turkish, but I do not understand Turkish in their sense, so they usually do it with English. So today I just had a student that wanted to have a break, and actually it's really similar. Pause and pause is really similar when we're pronouncing it. So my student just said pause, pause instead of pause, which is break. And the beautiful side of it is when you do correct it immediately, they understand that they're the same thing, and they just take it in really easily. Another experience that I had was last week, where we find the bukalemun or butike. I don't know the English word of it, sorry. And he saw it, he was really scared, and he said, die, die, because he did not know what it meant in German. So I was just tot, like die in German, and I was like, tot, tot. He just got it in really well. The same thing happened to him with me. He used code switching in his mind. I call my students Schatz, which means darling. And I call him Schatz, Schatz all the time. And one day in class, he said, in German, of course, you call me Schatz. What does it mean? I don't understand. And I said, oh, it means darling. And then he translated to Turkish as well to understand it better. And right now, when I call him Schatz, he just replies really sweetly to me. But the thing is that code switching might not work for all kids, because I'm working with kids, since they may not have any language that you can rely on prior to the target language. A beautiful example as well where code switching does not work for my students, as today I also had another lesson, a lot of lessons, and I was trying to communicate with my student who had zero prior German knowledge or any English knowledge. The only word he know was blue, and if you know, blue and blau is really similar. He said blue, I said blau by showing the color, but he was not able to code switch right now with the languages and just understand that the same are the same, like blue, blau, mavi, they're the same. He could not understand it because I was not using a language that he knows. So in this sense, actually, code switching is a really great side of multilingualism, because I can, and bilingual or multilingual people can beautifully communicate with other people. I also sometimes use code switching in my real life, and probably after this presentation I won't be able to switch back to Turkish immediately, because I had all day I spoke only German and English. When sometimes I talk to my parents and I speak them in German, and they might not understand it because sometimes I speak too fast, so sometimes I make pronunciation mistakes, since I learned the language by listening. So I just switched to Turkish or English. Well, Turkish with my mother and English with my father. And that's it, actually. Like, I gave, I think, like 5 examples in different parts where, like we said, learners use code switching. Prior we said that, and how teachers use code switching in their classroom. And to conclude, today we saw what multilingualism is. And what multilingualism is, it is the ability to use more than 2 languages fluently, but the definitions vary. And what bilingualism is, and the difference of it, which is that bilingual people only can speak 2 languages fluently, and they do not have to be sometimes fluent to even consider to be bilingual. And we also saw code switching, which is a really important aspect of multilingualism and bilingualism. And we also saw multilingualism and FLT, which I was really nervous about. So I made quite a lot of mistakes, I would say, and some personal experiences. If you have any questions or parts that those are my references, by the way, that you did not understand and you would like me to explain again, or like any other general questions, this is my email. You can always send it one, and I will probably reply you in 3 work days. So thank you.
Thank you, Angela. It was a very informative presentation about foreign language teaching, and thank you for sharing your insights with us today.
I thank you for inviting me.
To Angela, thank you. Feel free to ask them. You can raise hands or you can just write them to our chat. I think we don't have any questions for now. So yeah, maybe we can conclude the presentation. If you have any questions, you can email Angela. Again, thank you for being with us today. And thank you for your presentation. It was very enjoyable and highly informative. And to our audience, thank you for being with us here today. So see you again. Take care and have a good night.